Good morning, students. Welcome to English class. As last week we started our chapter Discovering Tut, the saga continues. This is the next part of the same chapter. This is a confusing chapter, so you should listen and watch the video thoroughly so that you can understand all the fact statements clearly. Okay? Although I have tried to convey all the message through points, and you can understand it very clearly. So next point, startling fact about the King Tut. Startling and surprising facts. What were the surprising facts about King Tut? We shall know in this video. As in first, Carter discovered the King Tut, the tomb of King Tut. At that time, there was no such kinds of interest of archaeologists to know about the tomb and king, about mummy. They were only engaged to know about the jewels, treasures buried with the dead bodies. So the first point, as indicating, you can see here, archaeology has changed in the intervening decades. Intervening decades means to know about the middle parts of the centuries of the dead body, in which century they used to die or in which century they used to bury it. This was not they were not engaged about all to know about about the dead bodies. So archaeology has changed the meaning in these decades. They focused less on tomb. They moved on the fascinating details of life and intriguing mysteries of death. They focused less on tomb. उन्होंने टॉम पर ज़्यादा फोकस नहीं किया. They wanted to know about the life and the death of the mummies. Intriguing means mysterious, surprising mysteries of death. Next point, it uses more sophisticated tools, and it affected the mummies very badly. In 1968, anatomy professor x-rayed mummy, and the anatomy professor gave fact about the mummy that chest means breast bone and front ribs are missing. Why these are missing? Because what Carter did, it damaged mummy very badly. So the breast bones and the front ribs were missing. Anatomy professor x-rayed mummy and then told about this. Anatomy, who knew about the anatomy means a science that try to know about the inner parts of the body. Next point, CT scan. When the CT was scanned, what happened? In CT scans, diagnostic imaging can be done. Diagnostic means when the machine is used to x-ray about the body. The x-ray can make the images, the different cross-section images of the inner part of the body. So when the CT scan was done, hundreds of x-rays in cross sections are put together. like slices of bread. Why these X-rays? The hundreds of X-rays were done. First hundreds of X-rays were done about these X-rays were different parts of the body. Why these X-rays were done and why these X-rays were put together like slices of bread? Yes, this is the answer. Create a 3D virtual body. They wanted to create a 3D virtual body to know about the truth, the mysteries about the truth. What they want to know about after doing the X-ray or CT scan? Yes, they made computed tomography. What is this tomography? First understand this. Tomography is obtaining picture of the interior part of the body. This is tomography, to get the picture of the interior part of the body. And the CT scan was done after computer tomography to know about the say two answers. The first, how King Tut was died, and how old was he when he died. They wanted to know about the answer of these questions. Getting you? Next point you can see here about the King Tut. The demise of King Tut was the big event of that time because he was the last of his family's line, and his funeral was the death rattle of the dynasty. Death rattle of the dynasty means after his death there will be no one who will continue his dynasty. There was no one for the continuing his dynasty. So the writer is writing the expression the death rattle of the dynasty. Although a rattle means a kind of thumping sound, scattering you can say. Next point, his passing away and aftermath are unclear. Although he was died, but why he was died, how old was when he died, all these facts were unclear, and what would happen at that time, it was also unclear. So let's know about his dynasty. Who were in his dynasty? कौन उनके पापा थे? Who were their grandfather? Who were their father? Let's try to know this. The first person in his dynasty was Amenhotep III. Amenhotep III. Who was the Amenhotep III? He was Tut's father or grandfather. It was assumed that Amenhotep III either was his father or his grandfather, and he was a powerful pharaoh of his dynasty. He ruled over the Egypt almost 4 decades, and at the height of the 18th dynasty golden age. It means his age was called the golden age of his dynasty. Next person comes in this dynasty was Amenhotep IV. Amenhotep III, Amenhotep IV. Amenhotep IV was the son of Amenhotep III. He succeeded and initiated one of the strongest and strangest period. It was called the strange period. Why it was called the strange period? Because he promoted the worship of the Aten, and he changed his capital from the old ancient city of Thebes to Akhetaten. Akhetaten was the name of new city, and Akhetaten in present it is known with the name of Amarna. In Egypt, Amarna in present it is called with the name of Amarna. And Thebes was the old city of Egypt. It is considered that the Olympics were started from the city of Thebes in Egypt. So Thebes is ancient city of that time. So Amenhotep IV changed the capital from Thebes to Amarna. At that time, the name of Amarna was Akhetaten. Getting? Let's know about the next point. A person, the name Ray Johnson. Who was Ray Johnson? You can see. Ray Johnson was the director of University of Chicago's Research Center in Luxor. रे जॉनसन कौन थे? ही वॉज द डायरेक्टर ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ शिकागोज रिसर्च सेंटर इन लक्सर. लक्सर में रिसर्च सेंटर के डायरेक्टर थे. जो यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ शिकागो में रिसर्च सेंटर था उसके डायरेक्टर थे. तो रे जॉनसन सेड द पीरियड ऑफ आमेनहोटेप IV was a horrific time. Why he called it a horrific time? You can see this. Aman attacked and smashed the images of Aten and closed his temple. Because Amenhotep IV started the worship of Aten. Aten की पूजा करना उसने शुरू किया. इससे अमन, it is called the god of war. तो अमन ने क्या करा? एटन पर अटैक कर दिया और एटन के सारे टेम्पल्स जो थे उनको स्मैश्ड, बर्बाद कर दिया. एंड क्लोज्ड हिज टेम्पल्स, और उनके टेम्पल्स को बंद भी कर दिया. फैमिली केम टू एन एंड. यस, बिकॉज इट वॉज अ ग्रेट डिस्ट्रक्शन, सो द डायनेस्टी केम टू एन एंड. Akhenaten went wacky and died. वो बहुत परेशान हो गया, बहुत ही, अब उसके पास कुछ नहीं बचा. ही हैड नथिंग एट दैट टाइम, सो ही डाइड. Ismenkhakare, it was a mysterious ruler because it's only his name was mentioned in history. He appeared for a short time. He appeared briefly for a short time. After him, Tutankhaten, the short name was King Tut. He was a young ruler. He appeared. He was known today with the name of King Tut. King Tut changed his name from Tutankhaten to Tutankhamun. You can say in the name टुटानखातेन के नेम में आप कैसे एटन नेम देख सकते हैं. एंड यू कैन सी टुटानखामन इन द नेम ऑफ टुटानखामन आमन. सो दीज आर नेम ऑफ गॉड्स ऑफ इजिप्ट. एटन was the former name, and what was the name? Akhenaten started worship of Aten, and Aman attacked on Aten. So Tutankhaten started worship of Aman. So he changed his name from Tutankhaten to Tutankhamun. And Tutankhamun means living image of Aman. इसका मतलब क्या है? आमन जो गॉड थे, गॉड ऑफ वॉर, वॉज कंसिडर्ड. Tutankhamun means living image of Amun. Tutankhamun reigned on Egypt for 9 years. 9 साल इसने शासन किया. He ruled over Egypt for 9 years and unexpectedly died. No one knew the reason, how he died, why he died, in which age he died. No one knew this. So this is the third video of this continued chapter, and we shall get the last video after this. I have divided it into 4 parts so that we can learn the chapter in detail. Okay, watch it, listen it carefully, and open your notebook also. You should read it also.